Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yvonne Brooke, and I am back with a chit chat. Get ready with me. This video was kindly requested by I'm not the best at pronouncing usernames, so I'm never going to even try. But I do greatly appreciate you requesting this video and watching my videos, and I hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna be talking about femininity and just the concept of femininity, what I thought it was, what I think it is now, and the direction I'm taking with my feminine journey. And feel free to share your thoughts on all of these things because I'm very interested, and now I feel like I've just spilt my heart out and I'm just in a room alone and I really want to hear some feedback. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and keep on watching. Welcome, ready to chit and chat. Y'all know I do not do chit chats very often because it's not even for a reason. It's just the fact that it's hard for me to do two things at once. It's hard for me to do anything, but it's hard for me to do two things at once, especially like right now I'm trying to speak to you and open up this wonderful can of alcohol. No free brand deals, I'm so sorry. No, I'm fucking kidding. No, because this is actually good. This isn't my favorite flavor, but this is the Crown Peach Tea. If you haven't tried these, check them out. I get mine usually at like Total Wine or, ooh, what's that one? Twin Liquor. But this is the peach tea flavor. My favorite is the, oh my god, the apple one. The apple one, it's actually mixed with cranberries. So if you like Crown cranberries, check that out because it's really good. But I'm always color correcting. I will put all the products somewhere over here for you guys because as you I told you I'm not good at this, so everything will pop up with the shade names and everything. If you want a direct link, it'll be down below. But really what you're gonna see from me is technique and chat because we are here to talk about femininity. We are here to talk about a subject that I feel like really took over. This video was requested by a lovely subscriber. Shout out to you who DM'd me on Instagram, which is the best place to talk to me. So if you would like to ever chat or request a video, feel free, hit me up in the DMs every single time someone has requested a video, all 2 of them. I've gotten right on it and literally dropped every other video to do it. So seriously, feel free. Like if you really have something you want me to do, I will do it. Like I'm not gonna bullshit you unless it's crazy. So when it comes to the subject of femininity, I was so flattered that she asked me to do this video because she was like, I just feel like, you know, you come off as feminine to me in so many words. And I was like really flattered, of course, because frankly I don't consider myself I wouldn't have considered myself a feminine person probably before this year. I definitely would describe myself more, and still I would describe myself more on the masculine side. I would say just from the way that like I deal with people. Frankly, I'm kind of very upfront. I'm a little brash. And from everything I've heard about the movement or even Googled, like if you Google femininity, the definition you're gonna get is like, it's just like, I don't love it because I feel like number one, it talks a lot about like gender, which I want to preface this entire conversation with. This has nothing to do with your gender. I will be referring to my like woman and saying woman because I'm a woman and that's how I identify, but I do not believe that femininity has anything to do with your gender. I definitely think that everyone has a balance of both feminine and masculine, estrogen and testosterone, yin and the yang. So that's one thing that it did bother me. I was like, why is this so like, it just seems like so like woman focused, and I was like, that's not what femininity is. It's like qualities that women have, and I'm like, I know so many women, and like there's not like, you know, there's things that tie us together, but I wouldn't, you know, I don't, it's just, it hit my ear funny. Didn't love it. There's an emphasis on passivity and submission. And that's a word, y'all. That's a word that like, you know, you bring that word up, there's gonna be some chat. You know, we're gonna talk about it like, you're submissive to who? Submissive to what? Submissive to submit what? Submit my pay. Nigga, the fuck are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What does that mean? I don't love it. I really don't love it in the context of relationships because it just, I just don't love it. So it just never felt like something that included me. I never thought that like, oh, the whole like femininity movement was really like about me. I really thought it was quite like a way of, you know how it get. You know, wife Twitter, pick me Twitter, just relationship people. I don't know. I say that like I'm not in a relationship, but people who strive towards relationships, people who strive towards marriage, people who only think about relationships in the terms of marriage tend to be very judgmental about femininity and gender roles and just real I don't like the strictness of what your household has to look like and the strictness of roles and just being strict on yourself about hypothetical situations. That's what kills me. It gave me the vibe of like pick-me's that aren't even not even getting picked, but you know what I mean, like pick-me's that don't even have a cause, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's just bring up femininity and just to kind of like put people down or make people feel lesser. Sometimes that's how pick-me comes off, like, oh, I'm better than you. Or like, oh, a man's gonna wife me before you because like, you know what I'm saying? Ugly. Like that vibe, that whole like exclusive bitch vibe, that's how it came off to me. I meant to put my primer on before this, but I'm gonna do it now and hope it doesn't mess anything up. But I think it'll be fine because I blended that really well. But yeah, I just never felt included until I started like, it wasn't even like videos I was trying to watch. It's like they just like the topic came up in a video and I can't remember who it was, but I'll try and link it down below. But it was just like, it was like someone who spoke about femininity with like actual like sense. That was it. It was like, it's all it took. It was like one person speaking about it with actual freaking sense. And I was like, wow, this really makes sense. This is something I can get behind. So I just really appreciate people who take their time to make topics like these make sense. You know what I mean? Like people that really take the time to delve into them, which I guess is what we're doing today. But yeah, I just felt like it was never for me until I really took the time to dig deeper into it. And now I feel like I'm really working on it and I'm seeing results that I wanted. My current foundation routine is one pretty hefty like swipe of the Rare Beauty lightweight something foundation. I can't remember what it's called, but it is the shade 500N. A little too dark for me. Then I take a pump of Yenza's. This is their BC foundation in Tan Warm. I'm gonna do half a pump today. Just half a pump. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna do, okay. A pump and a half now. Oops. And then I'm going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder because I want a super matte finish. I'm going to just, actually I'm gonna put it in the cap. And then I'm going to sprinkle that in and then I'm going to mix them together. Sorry, I'm really trying not to get this all over my pants. That is what it mixes into. The texture honestly feels the same even with the powder, but I feel like when I apply it, that's when I notice. Let's see, as far as a match. Well, this is the streakiest finger, but I think it's good. Okay. What femininity is to me now that I've done my research and I've formed my own opinion on what femininity is, what feminine energy is, and like what the whole point is. So to me, what it is really, it's more of a practice. I feel like confidence is, I don't know how, I think confidence is a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I think it's a skill. I think it's a way of life. I think confidence can be a lot of different things and show up in a lot of different ways. But I think femininity takes that confidence and puts it more into a practice, especially for someone like me. I feel like I've always been pretty confident, but you know, I feel like as an adult, especially like when you go through your 20s, like you become more self-aware. Yes, you become very self-aware, and that can make you less confident. I do believe there's a good amount of self-awareness and then a bad amount of self-awareness. But basically, I feel like it's like resting in your innate power. It's like having confidence in your confidence. Because sometimes I'll feel confident, but I'll also simultaneously feel like I have something to prove. And then I'm like, well, that doesn't really line up. And with femininity, I feel like that's that exact energy that like, I have absolutely nothing to prove to you. Like, and I laugh because it really, like, when you feel that way, it's so fucking clear to you. Like you know what I'm talking about. You just know, like, bro, like, this is not my problem. This does not affect me. I don't need to explain myself. Like, I'm not bothered. I'm not hurting anyone. Like, that feeling when you know you're, like, this isn't about me, or this isn't, like, my problem. When you're just kind of, like, removed from situations almost because you are so rested in who you are. It's really just being very comfortable with your power. And I would say that's something that is, it's like the two sides of the coin. There's a confidence that can come off very arrogant and brolic and braggadocious and just a little team too much. And then there's a confidence that just shifts the room without like trying, like very silent confidence. And it's definitely something that I like it because it definitely releases a little bit of that arrogance. There's something I've always hated about Drake. This is so random, y'all. Just like, stick with me here. There's something I've always hated about Drake. He's super successful. He's conventionally attractive. Beautiful women follow him around and want to suck his dick. Like, what? Like, why do you have this chip on your shoulder? Like, why are you so successful and yet so angry sometimes in your songs? Like, I just didn't get it. But I do think there is, like, you know, when people deal with success, things are, you know, people just deal with things differently. When you can get very successful and have a chip on your shoulder, you can, you know, have a bad upbringing, have a chip on your shoulder. I've seen people have a good upbringing and have a fucking chip on their shoulder about it. And it baffles me, and it is what it is. And sometimes I find myself feeling that way. I'll be like, well, they don't know how hard I worked. And I'm like, but you do. But you do. But you do. So it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, no one's opinion is any higher than mine. You know, I guess, you know, God, we'll put him there. We'll put him right there up top, and then I'll put myself. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And that's how it's gonna stay. And that's what it's gonna be. But when you know, that doth protest too much, when you're angry about, like, oh, these bitches ain't seeing me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of, like, when you know you're the baddest, but you have to, like, constantly act like people are attacking that. No one's attacking this. No one is attacking this, because you can't. Because what is there to attack? Make shit you can do. I am who I am. I like who I am. You can never be me. I don't want to be you. And that's kind of like that's kind of the beginning and the end. That's like the air that it gives off. And I really love that about femininity. But it comes from a place of, like, not having to even compare, not even having to justify, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really just being so rested in your confidence. It's more so a practice of confidence than so gaining confidence, if that makes sense. To me. Okay, so I just did my eyebrows real quick and concealed my eyelids. I was like, what are those hoes underneath my eyebrows? Eyelids, honey. Yeah. Just gonna do something super, super feminine and matte, and I'm just going to use, this palette from Pixie. It's a contour palette. I really like it. I think I'm gonna like it more for eyeshadow though. I have been noticing it's like a little patchy. Not even patchy, it's like it gathers a little bit. So maybe, I don't know, I'm just gonna try it on my eyes today. But I do like the color range. I do think it's quite nice, but I don't know, there's something about, like, my contour that I haven't been loving lately. But so next, I think Femininity is really being attractive for the sake of yourself and the things that you represent. And what I mean by that is like, I mean two things by that. Number one, I think being attractive has so little to do with how you actually look. It's insane. Like truly, like don't get caught up on the parts of femininity that are really focused on outer appearance, because it's not going to get you as far as working on being an attractive human being. An attractive human being is, it's so cliche, but like positive energy, being an encouraging person, I think is really, really important and attractive. I'm the kind of person, like, I don't think there's a lot of room for discouragement. I try very hard to make sure, like, okay, are you like discouraging that person? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really important to just be careful what you say, especially when people are talking about, you know, their dreams or aspirations. Just, you know, if it's not encouraging or helpful criticism, don't do it. There's no need. You're just being discouraging. Like, I don't understand discouragement. There's no point. There's no point in discouraging someone from doing anything that they want to do. There's no point. There's no point. Unless they're gonna hurt themselves. But besides that, it's not really your business. So that's it on that. But yeah, being attractive for the sake of yourself, I also think is like I fall off like every week. At some point in the week, I stop looking like a decent human being and I start looking like just a bun. Like, I am the bun. My face is also a bun. Like, my hair ain't done. Nothing's done. Like, my room's a mess. You know what I mean? Like, I fall off constantly all the time. And it's so funny because I even think some of my friends are like surprised at how much of a mess I am, or like how much I watch TV, or how much I, like, you know what I mean? Like, people like will perceive you as very productive when you're not. And it's really, really funny. But I think number one, being an attractive person is like not letting people believe the dumb shit that they might think about you. You know what I mean? Like, no, like being an attractive person is also just being fucking straight up like, yo, nigga, I didn't do shit yesterday. What about you? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes people feel like there's this like, you have to always, like, being attractive is like being like, I have to be top of my class and like, this, and this. And I'm like, no, actually a lot of the most attractive people in my life are people who are so like, so fucking real. Like, not even just like I'm real to be real, but like just like it's like nothing's like planned to them, but they just like say what's on their mind. Like that's the most attractive thing to me, are like people who say exactly what's on their mind when they think it. Like, oh my god, like people who are themselves 100% of the time, and like just themselves, bro. Like, oh my god, you can always feel it. And it's really inspiring. Like, I do have some friends that are really like so much themselves. It's inspiring, and you can't help but want to be around them, and you find it really, really attractive. So yeah, and the most attractive people in my life, I've learned so much from them about being attractive, like literally what it means to like make someone feel comfortable in your home. My friend Lauren, my old roommate Lauren, she actually has a YouTube and she's been on my channel, so I will link her channel. But she's one of the most attractive people I know. Number one, she's an Aries, so like that energy is just insane. And then number two, when we lived together, she really taught me a lot about like how to host people, like in a way that like my mother couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, my mom, she's a wonderful host and an amazing, I don't want to call her a socialite because she's not, but she's just a social butterfly. She just is. And she taught me a lot about, you know, how to keep a home and things like that, and those feminine qualities. But honestly, living with Lauren taught me a lot about how to make friends and casual company feel comfortable in your home, and the attention that she gives people when people are over, especially because I was her roommate, so it's like I know when we're just chilling, and I know when people are over, you know, people act different, and not in a bad way, not in a way where it's like, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, the hostess vibe. And she was always very complimentary of whoever came into our home. She always paid so much attention to them. Almost flirtatious, regardless of gender. Like if you didn't know her, you might think she's flirting. Like, that's how she is. And I love that about her. I love it because it's so warm, it's so genuine, it's so real. And even if, like, you know, everything's said and done, and that person, you know, because like we had a lot of people going in and out of our house at that time, so it was just, we would just meet characters, you know what I mean? And even like the weirdest person she would just treat with so much like kindness and just like warmth. So she taught me a lot about that. And it was also just watching how people receive that from her was very interesting. It really, really was. So it is one of those things when you notice that people gravitate towards a certain person, there is nothing wrong or even creepy about like finding that admirable and thinking about, okay, like I like how you did that. I like that interaction. Like I love how this interaction was so positive and so great. How can I get in, like, how can more situations of mine be like that? You know what I mean? Like, I think it is important to like learn from people and really like humble yourself to be at a point where you can realize that you need to learn from other people. Absolutely. Like, because before that, I did not know how to, like, you come to my house, I'm probably just gonna look at you until you do something. Dead ass. And that's so rude. Like, that's so fucking rude. So yeah, when you see someone being attractive, there's nothing wrong with imitating it, like, you know, but also give credit where credit's due. Let's get used to that, y'all. Like, give credit where it's due. Tell people you like their vibe. I think that's also another really important thing about being attractive is like when you like something or you like someone, tell them in the moment. Like when I was hanging out with my friend Kelsey the other, a few weeks ago. I was at her house and I was just like letting her, you know, I was like, I'm having a great time with y'all. Like I really am. Like I just want to let you know, just because it's been like, you know, pandemic, I haven't hung out in so long. I just want to let y'all know that I'm having a really good time in your home right now. Like don't, because sometimes people leave my house, I'm like, I don't know, like how they have a good time. You know what I mean? Like you can just get kind of paranoid, you know, like did they have a good time? Did we have fun? Was that cool? Was that weird? I don't know, you know, especially like, you know, I feel like people are kind of like getting back to the social game, you know what I mean? So I think it's just like, that's attractive to me. Like people who like give me upfront reassurance, that's attractive to me. So that's something that I try to give other people. So just recognize in other people and then, you know, do it. You know, I liked how they spoke to me. I liked how they made me feel. How can I make other people feel that way? Really, really so important. But also, we'll get a little bit into looks and things like that. It is important. Sometimes, like I was telling y'all, I fall off like all the time. I fall off all the time. But when I'm picking it up, it's usually for a reason. Either it's for, number one, my own mental health, because if I go 30 days looking at, you know, bum Vana, young Vana don't know who the fuck she is no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't. Like, I need to see me. I need to see me done up sometimes. I do. I need that, and I know that. Because sometimes I be looking rough, bro. Especially like when your skin's going through it, it's rough. It's rough sometimes, and you just want to see yourself at your best. And if you haven't seen yourself at your best in a while, you start to forget who the fuck you are, and that's just the truth. So yeah, I think it's really important to look good for yourself, but also for the things you represent. So things like black. So if I were to, you know, if we were to have something important to go to, I'm not gonna say a meeting because I'll come to a meeting in a hoodie. I'm so sorry. This is 2021. You can come to a Zoom call in a fucking hoodie. I mean, I guess you definitely can when you own a business, but like, can we just make it normal? But yeah, it's just like, but certain events, like literally, you should see the first event. Oh my God, I might have a picture, but I really don't even want to show y'all because like, and I really wish I had a video. I really wish I had a video because the first event we ever went to as the social media coordinators of a company, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say what I did. So I came in an O-poly dress. I think I actually have a try-on haul on here for one fucking dress. Yes, so extra. I was so fucking extra. Anyways, and yeah, I could not walk in it. Like literally like those little tiny bitty steps. Like yeah, that was me. I was that girl. I had a feather, not a feather. I had a fur, not a boa, but it's called like like the shrug. Like it goes around your, yeah. Which is extra. But honestly, we look the fuck good. Might seem really extra now. And it was, but like, we looked good, we represented, and we did stand out. I'm so sick. But like, there's just certain things where it's like, you absolutely have to come correct. I know some people, it might be controversial, but like, I've told somebody, and oh my God, I'm such a bitch. Okay, tell me if I'm a bitch. I don't mind. I really don't mind. I don't mind. Go in. But like, am I a bitch for saying that like you should wear makeup to my wedding, or you're not? And like, you're not. I'm not taking pictures. No, I'm not taking a picture with you, but like, as a grown woman, like, I'm so sorry. If you don't wear makeup, you don't even put makeup on for my wedding, that would make me feel like this, like, you're going to the fucking drive-thru. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that rude? My friend took offense, but I was also like, I'll get you a makeup artist. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to do your own makeup, but like, I'll do your makeup shit. You know what I mean? Like, but like, you're gonna wear makeup to my fucking wedding. The wedding that I don't know I ever want to have. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain times where it's like, if you look a mess, not that not wearing makeup makes you look a mess. Absolutely not. That would be shitting on myself. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, there's certain times where you're like, this might not be my usual, but because of who I am and who I'm representing, I'm gonna come a certain way. And that's really like, sometimes all it is when it comes down to like getting presentable. It'll be like the fact that like I have to represent. But that's part of femininity, is sometimes just like understanding that aesthetics matter. They really, really do. Impressions matter. Things like this, the little things freaking matter. And they're also more than just, oh, that's how I look on the outside. Like, no, feeling like you're that bitch in the room makes you that bitch in the room. Like, it just, you shift the energy. Like, dead ass. Like, dead ass, you do. It's the truth. So don't shy away from that. I feel like it's really important to just, when it counts, look as good as you can, but don't waste any time. You know what I mean? Don't spend more time on your hair than your homework, but your hair, you know, needs to be done before you get to go, honey. I think it's really important. And also, your energy is always very, very different when you look good and when you feel good. It's very, very different, and I know you want to act like it isn't, but whatever you need to do to feel like top tier, I really, really suggest that you do it every single time it comes to representing yourself, because I hate when I leave a room and have you ever had that feeling where you're like, these bitches don't even know me? You know what I mean? Like you don't even know me. Ow, I just scratched the fuck out of myself and my foundation. But no, it's really the truth. Sometimes you can, you know, you don't set yourself up to, you know, feel like bad as fuck, and then you end up with a chip on your shoulder because you was looking dusty and everyone else came correct because they knew the assignment. So it's like, at least know the assignment. I think that's just really important, because no one wants to feel that way. Just like that out of place feeling is like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. So if you can avoid it, always avoid it, because then you're just like, the mental self-talk when I am out of place in a room isn't cute. It's usually like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I'd just be so like, oh, I'd be so negative in my head, and I'd be so like mean to everybody else. I'm like, why everybody look good like you? And you know that bitch. You know that bitch that didn't get the fucking memo, and now she got to ruin it for everybody else. Like, don't be her. Don't be her. Show up. Show up cute so you can have fun. That's really most of it. Show up cute so you can have fun. So you can have fun. If you know looking ugly gon' make your ass stink, don't come. Don't come. Okay, so I've applied my lashes and my liner like this. And next we're gonna finish up the complexion, do some concealer, some blush. I just really want to get that like that perfect blush look, that like matte vibe. I think you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, usually when I do my blush, I do like this blush concealer combo, so I just really kind of blend it all together. I don't know if I want to do contour. This is the blush that I am using. I really like this blush. I think it is the perfect color. And it is a cream blush. But okay, so the last thing as far as what femininity is to me is it's definitely just like an openness to what you deserve, if that makes any kind of sense to you, which I'm sure it does. For example, I'm very hard on myself. I'm very hard on myself. I also have what I would consider a lot of privilege. I have a lot of privilege in my life. I'm a beautiful woman, beautiful black woman. A lot of people don't see being black as a privilege. I mean, I think it is because I love being black, but there are a lot of socioeconomic disadvantages to that. But, like, shoot, at least I'm like the coolest. Might get a lot of racism, but like, thank God I'm at least in the coolest fucking category. And I know, look, fuck you if you want to say something about it too. Like, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm proud. But anyways, yeah, sometimes I feel like I should have to, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like I don't deserve even the things I work hard for, let alone I feel like God has given me so much. So sometimes I do feel like it's like a mix of like imposter syndrome and like, I don't even know. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what that is, but I know I'm not the only woman that feels that way. I know I'm not the only black woman that feels that way. It's just like this, I don't even know how to describe it. I really, really don't, but it's just like, and I know what it is. It's technically like a self-worth issue. That's something that I've been working on, and we'll get into that a little later, but it's basically just feeling like I don't deserve, like things should be harder or have to be harder. If I want something, like I have to work extremely hard. Like I need to have blood, sweat, and tears, and it's just like, why? 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 And that by no means means anything should be handed to me, because like I don't want nothing that's just been handed to me. Like absolutely not. It's just not what it is. But yeah, a lot of the things that I've accomplished in life, it wasn't so much this was so backbreaking and hard. No, it was just having to do it. You know what I mean? Like just simply taking the steps, not having the fear, getting over the fear, getting over the mental that this is a hard task to do, and just doing it and then reaping the reward of actually doing it. But I definitely feel like I have this mindset of like, this is going to be so hard that it starts to become a procrastination. And then like rooted in perfectionism that doesn't really even make sense. You know what I mean? It's just like, it can just open up this bag of worms that just keeps you from actually going for the things that you want in life. And I feel like being at the starting point, feeling like you deserve the outcome, point blank period, not because, or this and that, or like having to justify it. I think it just has a lot to do with your self-worth. There should not be a reason why I deserve to have something, because I already know I'm willing to work for it. You know what I mean? But I also think that comes with just like life. Like you do need to experience things to give you the confidence that these things exist. Because you can only watch so many videos of people telling you, oh, your life is gonna change, your life is gonna change, just do it, just do it, just do it. You can only watch so many Nike commercials of just do it until just doing it actually gets it done. And you really believe in doing it. So, one sec, my battery. Okay. So yes, I feel like feeling deserving is really, really important. I think it's the first step really truly to being successful. You have to believe that you are worthy of it, that you deserve it, that you are worthy of a good life, and that you do not have to break your back to get it. But I do understand, like, it's hard when you are worldly and when you understand that. I feel like it is a blessing every single day that I have hot running water. There are people, and you know what I'm saying, like just being American, like I live in a place where hot running water is the norm. That's fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. So there is this hard thing between being grounded and understanding that you are extremely privileged to be here. Like extremely privileged, number one, to live another day. Number two, to live it in America. Number three, you know what I'm saying? Like when you think like that all the time, it's number one, extremely humbling, and it makes you very grateful. But it can also get you to a place where it's like, well, I shouldn't, you know, I don't want to push it. Like that's how I feel. I feel like that all the time. Like, I don't want to push it, when I'm like, honey, what are you pushing? What are you pushing? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm like not well off. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you know, bills coming in, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, honey, like shame and handed to you like that. So it's like, sometimes I do have to check myself, and I'm like, I understand, like I am a very grateful person, and I understand that like this is a very beautiful life that I have been blessed to live in, but you can also flip that shit. You are also worthy of flipping that shit. No matter what your circumstance is, you are worthy of flipping that shit, and you have to think about it. Truly, I didn't start thinking about it until recently. I was like, bro, like there's all these, you know, celebrities, kids of celebrities, just well-off people in general. You don't even gotta be famous. You are just a well-off person. You ain't gotta work another day in your life or not, but there are still people out there that are absolute go-getters, and it has nothing to do so much with like, I don't even know what it is, but it's like, if you came from wealth and you are still wanting to build your wealth, and you solemnly believe that you deserve to, all nervous about, you know, wanting to make money and wanting to be successful and wanting my family to have the world and then some? Like what is wrong with that? You know what I mean? And on top of that, oh god, this goes into so many conversations. Like I'm trying to just stay on topic, y'all. I really am. But it's just like, be very open to what you deserve, and you will see the difference, and just be confident in that. Be confident that you deserve the world. You deserve it, no matter what. But no one else is gonna want it for you. No one else is going to want it for you as bad as you. And even if they want it more than you, ain't shit gonna happen unless you do it yourself. So important, just so important to just feel like you deserve it. Really, truly feel that way. Go with that feeling. Never lose that feeling. If you do, remind yourself. How I am, you know, currently increasing my feminine energy, what I feel like I am doing, the changes that I feel like I am seeing, I'm really excited about, and I'm really excited to keep on with my journey and focus on my femininity and the things that, you know, make me an empathic, soft person can also be my strength. And I think that's the biggest thing. Having empathy for people that are not in great situations shouldn't hinder me from wanting a better situation for myself, especially knowing who I am. Like, girl, you're only gonna do good things with that money. You know what I mean? Like, I know myself. You're only gonna do good things with that money. Like, you are a very conscious person. You're very conscious. That's not something that's gonna change. Money can't change that. Nothing can change that. And I think, I don't know, but maybe this is something I've been, you know, we just do podcasts and stuff. I'm recognizing that I do have, you know, I've had a negative mindset towards money, that money will be something that just could destroy me, you know, people like, oh, money, greed, this and that, and I'm like, but you're not a greedy person, clearly. Like, you're not. You're so worried about, you know, if I come, you know, people in Wang won't have water, you know what I mean? It's insanity. That's actual insanity. Like, no, money is a good thing. Money makes your life easier. Money makes you happy. Money makes other people happy. Like, I think having a positive mindset around money is really important. That's like, we could do a whole nother video on that, but just anyways, you know what I'm saying? Just have a good mindset about that. But really, what's helped me is just being gracious. I'm very unforgiving of myself. I hold myself to a very high standard, like morally, everything, a high standard. But, you know, you can only do so much. You know what I mean? You can only do so much. So with that, I'm trying to, number one, not be so hard on myself. Number two, accept compliments. I'm the worst at that. I can never, like, I'll accept a compliment to your face, but I will not internalize it, which is one of those things I'm kind of like, I kind of go back and forth. I don't totally believe in internalizing compliments, because I feel like if you internalize compliments, you internalize negative comments as well. And I'm really trying to, like, whatever people say about me, I just let them have that, like, whether it's a positive thing or a negative thing. I'm glad, you know, like, cool. You know, like, I'm glad that, like, you have an opinion about me. That's something. You know what I mean? Like, it's something. It's not good or bad. Just let it be like someone has an opinion about you. And frankly, in 2021, someone got you an opinion about you that might pay your bills this month. So who cares? Who cares? So you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where it's like, take a compliment, receive that compliment, receive that shine. Yo, this shirt. Receive that shine, but like, I don't know. There's a way that I just like, I'll take a compliment, and then I also know, I know where I get this from, and I think it was a good tactic. So long story short, my dad would do this thing where I go up to, oh, you're so beautiful. And she's smart too. You know, like, he just come from wherever. He come from the back, you come from the ceiling. Like, she's smart too. Like, he would never, I would never hear you're just pretty. There's not a he in the room. There's no way. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. To this day, it don't work like that. And she's smart too. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's a positive way of looking at it. Like, absolutely, super positive, absolutely. But it's also like, sometimes I hear a compliment, and I also will be like, oh, you look really beautiful today. Oh yeah, and I looked like shit like 4 hours ago. You have no clue. You know what I mean? Like, I always like discredit myself in my head. Even if I'm saying, oh, thank you, I'm also saying, bitch, you did not see how long it took me to put this lash on, and this shit is still, you know what I mean? It's always like something, like, I always have to like poke at myself, and it's just like, why? Why? Be a beautiful girl. Be a beautiful girl for this person today, right now. Why not? And I think it's something like, I do have to get over, absolutely. Like, even like people staring at me bothers me, kind of thing. Like, it's just like, get over it. Like, truly, just get the fuck over it. Like, it's just, it is, and that's fine. But I think a big part of what I've noticed about the people that I follow, that I really like how they carry themselves, is that they allow themselves to be beautiful and be very unapologetic with it. And I really like that. I'm like, damn, like, I just, you know, I really like that. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that sometimes. I'm like, sometimes I'm so like shy. Like, I really am. I'm really quite shy, and like, I'm very uncomfortable about when people stare at me and stuff. And like, I just don't, you know, it's just uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. And I'm trying to get over it and take it as a compliment, but sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What do you want from me? I don't know. I just don't, like, I don't know. I just can't accept it sometimes. But I'm gonna get better at it. And I definitely think it's one of those things where, like, people probably like, you're like the vainest person I know. And I'm like, yeah, sure, but I still am so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I really like, I don't know. I don't know. I just get really uncomfortable with compliments. So I'm trying to work on it. I really, really am. And then next is also giving yourself and others room to be human. I think that's such a, like, oh, like, there's nothing badder than like your friend that's like always has their shit together, but when you come to them with a problem, they act like it ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, not in a bad way, but in a way where it's like, there's no judgment, there's no nothing. It's just like, okay, cool. Like, especially when things have been done, y'all, when like it's all said and done, I think it's so important to just like let your friends be and don't berate them about their choices, and just be there for them. I find that to be the most gracious. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, people that just allow people to be. And I think that's also, that grace is allowing people to change. I only look for people in my life that allow me to change and experience life. Because if you want to keep me in a box for the rest of my life, like, I'm not gonna be seeing you. Like, it's literally that simple. You will not be seeing me. I'm so sorry, but like I don't want to be in your box. I won't allow it. Like, no. And I love that. And I had a conversation. I feel like I'm bringing up all my friends, but this is just, they're amazing. These conversations stuck out with me. But I remember I was like, probably before I graduated college for sure. So a few years ago, where we just gotten off of work, and my friend Morgan was like, girl, I don't even know what we were talking about, but she was just like, she could tell that I was like finding myself, I guess. And she flat out told me another reason why I absolutely fucking love her and surround myself with people that will tell you these things to your face unprovoked. She was just like, you are definitely coming into yourself. You just say what's on your mind, and sometimes I fucking hate it. But you just, you know, and she was just like proud and sick of me, but like, you know, but proud. And it was just like, damn, like you're really allowing me to be this person, this, you know, because I used to be quite shy, and you know, I feel like I'm not giving y'all an accurate description of myself. I'm like shy, can't take a compliment, super vain, but that's who I am. I'm an enigma, bro. I'm all of it and I'm nothing. I am all and I am nothing, and that's everybody. And so it's just like giving people that space, like, yo, Ivana gonna speak up for herself. Like, I ain't gotta worry about her no more. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you, bitch. Like, it was just like, it was very empowering, and I love people that are like that. Like, although I did the work at some point to speak up for myself, you validating that in me as a long-term friend, someone I can't even remember meeting, like that means everything to me. That's a milestone for my growth. It's something that's literally making me tear up right now. But it's just like, you don't find those people everywhere. Oh my God, I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm gonna see her in like a week. This is so embarrassing, dude. I miss her so much. Oh God. She gonna beat my ass if she sees this. She'll be like, Ivana, seriously, your makeup? I'm like, I know, bitch. This is so embarrassing. This is why I don't do chit chat, get ready with me. Y'all, like, I'm such a fucking baby. Yo, we started this video like, I'm so masculine. Really? Am I on my period? No. It's not even, oh my God. Wait, not this bringing me to the next topic. Speaking with kindness to myself. I just called myself a dumb bitch like 30 times. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna skip over that because it's just like I simply am working on it and there's nothing else to say. I knew what self-worth was, but I didn't. What made me turn the light bulb on to, oh, like, it's not a confidence issue, but you might have a bit of a self-worth issue because of the, basically, I think I was listening to a podcast and she was just like, if you have a problem asking for what you want in bed, I was like, yeah, I do not ask for what I want in bed. I don't know why. I'm not a huge person when it comes to self-growth, the why really matters. I don't think that like you need to, there's sometimes if you need to delve into your childhood and figure some shit out and go through your childhood trauma, absolutely, girl, absolutely. But there's some things where I'm like this self-worth issue, like I don't need to go back and figure out where I dropped off or where it never picked up or where in my development I didn't develop self-worth. I don't need to. I really don't, because like I just don't think it occurred to me. Dead ass. Like these things never occurred to me. It wasn't like, oh, it never occurred to me to ask for what I want in bed, but it never occurred to me that that might be a self-worth issue. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I like, once I recognized it, I immediately changed it. And I feel like that's the difference between recognizing self-worth issues and having them, and then like recognizing them and not changing them. And that's kind of the difference. That's taking pride in myself. I'm like, whoa, I don't want to be the girl with self-worth issues. Not for long. I'm proud to have them now because I can, talk to y'all about them, and hopefully we can, talk about our problems together and get to, some healthy solutions. But, I'm better than that. Like, I know I'm better than not asking for what I want in bed, so I'm gonna ask for what I want in bed. Like, bet. Like, that's all I need to hear, really. I was like, oh, bet. You're right, I should ask. Like, why am I not? Maybe those are the questions I need to ask myself. But I don't think like, I wouldn't get too caught in like, oh, I have no self-worth. No. But there might be gaps. And I think it's important to address it as a woman, absolutely. Ooh. there. I hope this was a too all over the place. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it found you in the best place possible. If you liked it, don't forget to leave me a like. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of me, you can always check me out on my Instagram, Ivana Brooke. And other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye. On to the next, guess it's for the best. Yeah, guess it's for the best. On to the next, guess it's